health and harmony, gods and goddesses. Welcome to the Key for Wellness official YouTube channel, to where I will be covering everything under the sun, between muscular training to mental training, because I don't build muscles, I build mentalities, okay? That's what Key for Wellness is all about. Give you a quick, brief overview before we get into today's workout. The name Key for Wellness not only comes from the first two letters of my name, Kenyatta. Ki or Chi or Prana is a life force that we all possess in all of us. If we do not have that life force, we will be dead. Even, unfortunately, the people that are in vegetative states, they still are on a machine to keep that life force sustainable. So if we don't have that, then we are not well, okay? The 4 keys for wellness are environmental, mental, emotional / spiritual, and physical. I do like to put them in a specific order of environmental, emotional, and spiritual, mental, and then physical, as there is levels to this shift, okay? Because it is a shift occurring, and I want you all to just realize that this is the foundation for you in order for you to shift into your higher self and not just focus on your physical being, okay? So today's workout is actually going to be a little bit intense. However, it's going to be very, very simple. All you're going to need today is these 3 different types of resistance bands. If you don't have one of the 3, 3 of the 3, or 2 of the 3, I'm pretty sure whatever you do have is going to be just as effective. I do want to go a little bit in detail about the different bands, because as we evolve in the fitness industry, there's always new technology and new modalities to train with. However, everything has its purpose, okay? So the very first one is going to be the rubber elastic bands that a lot of people are familiar with, that a lot of people don't like because they tend to rip if you are, a bit oversized, or excuse me, not oversized, if they are a bit smaller, for you. Anyway, then we have these new cloth bands that are taking over from the 99 to the 2001s. They are becoming a big thing because they maintain, their shape. They are, durable for you guys who are a bit larger, who are, trying to lose that, extra body mass that you guys have. And then lastly, we have the hybrid bands, to where you have the cloth and the rubber combined into one. So these are kind of like the hybrid bands. A lot of companies provide just these or these, but if you can find somebody that provides these, they are the best of both worlds, okay? So really quickly, these bands, obviously they're more so for like down here at the bottom of your ankles. These bands are more for up here at your thighs, so that you can really, stretch them and get a full range of motion with the exercise. And these little great things, you can do both depending on, the resistance that you have. Excuse me. So, and I'm just going to be quite transparent. I couldn't record like the whole hour workout for you guys because I don't have enough space on my phone. So in order for me to be effective and efficient, I'm going to record all of the exercises that I did at one time, which is probably going to kill me, but I'm doing it for you guys. So I want you guys to pay attention and enjoy it. We need to warm up. So I really sometimes just put on a song and just kind of like bounce around to get my heart rate up. But if you have bad knees, then you want to minimize your bouncing and really try to get your heart rate up in very creative and fun ways. So one of my favorite warm-up exercises is the lateral shuffle. So find you about 50 yards, it might be less than that you can maneuver through. I like to add a jump squat at the end. Again, if you have bad knees, please just have a nice, safe, and proper form squat and then shuffle. So what that looks like is you're going to start, shuffle, squat. about 30 seconds to a minute or so. You want to do that just to warm up your muscles. And then you want to go into a static stretch and some foam rolling to make sure that any of your tight muscles are being released so that you can properly use them, within the workout, guys. Because as I was training people, I noticed that a lot of you guys want to progress to different things, but you haven't mastered the proper form. And the thing about training your muscular system is, though you're training it, if you're training it incorrectly, then all you're doing is making it harder on yourself in the long end and causing a lot of joint and arthrognomatics problems that you may be facing, because your joints are very, very important when you're training your muscular system. So if you're doing it incorrectly, you're only causing yourself more harm, you guys. That's why it's so important to make sure you subscribe and tune in to all of these videos that I'm going to be doing, because it's going to be to the point where you can train yourself. You just are going to keep coming back because I add so much value and I know so many things, okay? So I really want you guys to focus on building the mentality to train your muscular system and allow the weight loss and the aesthetics to be the secondary effect that it is, okay? So with that being said, a few glute stretches that I want you guys to utilize to make sure that you're opening up your actual glute muscles, not your quads, not your hamstrings, because a lot of times they can overcompensate for our glutes, because a lot of you guys are sitting for long periods of time, so your glutes are not really engaged, okay? So you have a lot of lower back problems. Your abs are not engaged because you have your back arched all the time. Your glutes are not properly engaged, okay? So what we want to do to stretch them is, you want to pop down into a low lunge if you can, and then you want to kick this foot at as much as a 90-degree angle as possible. So you want to place your hands down like so, slide that foot over, drop that leg down, and sit nice into that glute, okay? Again, this is static stretching, so we want to do this for at least 30 seconds so you can feel that glute actually loosen and allow the hamstring and the quad to just be the antagonistic muscles that they are, and allow the primary glute muscle to actually be what you're trying to inhibit and engage for the exercise, okay? If you're advanced, then you know you can drop down to your elbows and stretch it out, and we can even take it all the way down to the chest. And we want to make sure we're inhaling and exhaling. The exhaling is really where we're going to get that full contraction. Always, 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 when we're coming out, you guys, we want to move nice and slow. A lot of injuries occur when we're moving too fast, okay? Because our body is not used to those fast, foreign motions, especially if you don't stretch a lot. So a lot of injuries are caused by very, very simple movements, because you're not being aware of how you're transitioning to and from. So we're always going to keep it very yogi-centric. We don't want to just transition all sloppy-like. I want you guys to bring your hands down on the side of you if you can. I want you to raise this toe up. Kick back that right foot into a plank. Exhale. Bring that left knee back down. And then you see how we're about to transition and kick this leg right on over. All right? Take your time. We're not in a rush. Stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out. This feels really, really good, especially since I did all these glute exercises, okay? Again, you want to hold each of them for 30 seconds. That's about 10 good deep inhales and exhales, okay? you do it, the more you can feel your hip flexor get lower and lower and lower to the ground, okay? So we're gonna come out. I gotta remember, bring it up nice and slow. Now, there's, no super fancy way to transition to your back. What you're gonna do is lay flat on your back, create a 4. Right leg creates a 4, left leg creates another 90-degree angle, like so. Put your hands in between, and you're gonna draw your legs as close as you can to your body. I'm gonna do the other side for you so you can see it, but you wanna make sure that as you're pulling your leg to you're exhaling, you're feeling that stretch, not only in the hamstring, but in the glute. You see how I was starting to go a little bit over? Make sure that this thigh is resting on the calf and not on the ankle, so you can really get that glute stretch. And make sure that your knee is also, again, still in that 90-degree angle. You don't want it like this. You don't want it like this. You want this little bit of resistance to add pressure in order for you to get that full glutimus stretch, okay? Glutimus. Gluteus, medius, maximus, and minimus stretch, okay? So we're going to release, shake it out, and then we're just going to transition really quickly. Or not really quickly, but swiftly, efficiently, but safely. About 3 more deep breaths. Breathe and inhale at your own capacity, but guys, don't make it too shallow. You want to make sure that you're trying to breathe, inhale and exhale as long as possible so that your oxygen has time to actually flow to your muscles and allow them to release. Because sometimes, a lot of times when they're tight, they just don't have the proper flow of oxygen in order to contract, okay? So we're going to release it, shake it out. The last little stretch I want to show you guys is going to be like a cat-cow into a cobra, and I absolutely love these, especially when my glutes are very sore. So, not a cat-cow, child's pose. So knees as wide as the mat. You want to place your feet down. You don't want your toes pointed. Place them down, and you're going to sit back into your glutes. We're going to stay here for about 2 breaths. So you're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. On our next inhale, we're going to push up, exhale, drop it down. Stay here for 2 breaths. Next inhale. Now this time, I want you on every inhale to come up. On every exhale, go back. So it looks like this. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, Inhale. Exhale. You're just stretching out those glutes. You can do this before and after the workout because you want to make sure that you're not as sore as you usually would be, because when you're doing these glute exercises and you haven't, sometimes your body can tend to have an alarm reaction to where you're extremely sore for about 2 to 3 days after, and then you start to get back your normal, sense of, muscle contraction, and you don't feel as tight and restricted. So I'm going to start with the advanced version, and then I'm going to regress it because I'm going to be a little tired doing all of these exercises back to back. Okay, you guys? So let's get started.
Be sure that you're landing as soft as possible, controlling your body weight. You don't want to plop down. Also, keep those knees behind your toes, proper form. This is going to be the less advanced version, to where you're going to forward pedal and squat, and then back pedal and squat. So back pedal, squat, forward pedal, squat. It's like a brisk jog. You don't want to just ease on down the road, you guys. Make sure you're actually getting that heart rate up and moving to your full capabilities of your fitness level. Good job. That's exercise number 1 of the first circuit. Now let's take it down to the mat and grab our resistance bands. You're going to start by placing your band right above your knees, and you want to ensure that it's aligned all the way around from the front to the back. Now, if you have a thicker resistance band, such as the cloth one that I'm holding up now, please use that one to ensure that it does not slide or move during the exercise. Roll over to all fours and ensure that your hands and knees are shoulder width apart. Now, you're just going to raise your leg right next to the one that is on the ground. Make sure that it's hovering but not touching the floor. This is called a fire hydrant because it mimics the same motion that a dog makes when they're urinating on a fire hydrant. So consider that as you're exercising. Now we're going to repeat on the other side. Please ensure that your hips are not rotated upwardly. Please push them down like so, and then begin the exercise. You want to do that to ensure that you're actually feeling it in the leg that you're moving, because sometimes you can feel it in the leg that you just got done working if you do not place all of your weight on the proper side. Exhale as you raise your leg up, and inhale as it comes down for a full muscle contraction. Good job, you all. Good job. Now you're just going to remove the band. Inhale and exhale to properly catch your breath in between exercises. And get prepared for the next move of the exercise. Again, we're going to be starting with the more advanced version. Find your balance. And you're going to alternate in between lunges by a soft jump. Please make sure you're landing soft as possible and exhaling as you jump up. Now for the regress version, it's just going to be a backwards lunge, making sure that you're stepping back, having both of those knees at a 90-degree angle and parallel to the floor. Remember, you're on train tracks, not a tightrope. You do not want to try to keep your legs in line. You will not have balance. You need to make sure that they have their own line and that you're keeping your chest up. Great job. All right, now we're going to move on to the second circuit, first exercise. Please be sure to take as many breaks as you need. Again, this is to your own fitness level at your own pace. We're going to start with a in and out squat, like so. You're going to do a squat and start with your legs in, and then you're going to place them out. For the regress version, you're going to actually start in a squat and just step out to the left and to the right. Make sure you're staying low and keeping your chest as high as possible. We're now on to the second exercise of the second circuit, which is going to be a straight leg lift. Keep the band exactly where it is and just raise your leg directly up while keeping your knee elongated and the leg straight. Any exercise that you perform on all fours, you need to remind yourself that your hips should be squared and your weight should be distributed only on the side that you're performing the exercise to ensure that you're getting the full benefits. Now we are going to go on to the other side, as we do not want one booty cheek bigger than the other. We've seen too many of that in Atlanta. As you catch your breath, you're going to extend your leg out and perform the same exercise, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure again that that hip is rotated to the side that you're working, taking it nice and slow. You want to focus on your breathing. Make sure that you're inhaling as you come down, exhaling as that leg goes up. Now, as you catch your quick breath, your butt may be a little sore. You can twerk it out just a tad bit, like so.
I cannot.
Now, we're going to be transitioning to the last exercise of the second circuit, you all. We have one more circuit. Yes, I know, one more circuit, 3 exercises. But we're at the last exercise of this circuit. Woo! Let's keep rolling, hey, rolling, rolling on the river. Hit up, do, 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 do.
I can't.
If you don't feel good after you work out, I don't know what to tell you. So here we go. Third exercise, second circuit. Here we go. Find your balance. This is again going to be the advanced version, and we're going to hop from one leg to the next. Try to elongate the distance that you hop if your fitness level permits it, okay? This was precisely the moment I knew I had fucked up. Why did I try to do all 9 of these exercises back to back with no breaks in between for you guys? Because I love you. I don't know. I guess so. Inhale, exhale, regulate your heart rate, and we're going to get back into it. Back to the advanced version. Nice, soft landing, reaching down towards the toes. Oh, thank God. Now we get to go on to the regress version. I'm tired just looking at myself. Opposite leg, opposite arm, and you're reaching down towards your toes, and your leg is coming behind you as you're doing so. If you can, put a little hop into it, so as you progress in your fitness levels, you can go to the advanced version. Always push yourself past your point of training so that next time you can do more. Whoa, yes, we get to lay down now. Third set. First exercise, you guys, place that band right back above your knees. And guess what? You get to lay on your back. You're going to plant those feet, shoulder width apart. Make sure that your heels are kind of close to your buttocks. And you want to come up for a normal glute bridge, but then you're going to bring those legs back towards your chest. So glute bridge, back towards your chest. Glute bridge, back towards your chest. Make sure that you're keeping that band nice and pulled outward. You do not want your knees to collapse towards each other, all right? We're breathing out at the top and inhaling as we send the knees back towards us. Be sure that you're squeezing your glute muscles at the top. It should hurt around number 5 if you're a beginner and number 10 if you're advanced. Remember to keep pushing away from the floor, squeezing your glutes. The workout is almost over. Thank you, Jesus. So you're on your side, and we're going to do a clamshell to where you're keeping your feet glued together and you're just opening your thighs away from each other. If you need to, bring your feet in just like I did right there and keep opening those legs. Not literally, but for the exercise. I know it may be hurting and you may want to speed the exercise up, but try to keep opening your legs at a pace of 1, 2, close, 1, 2, close. See, it burns, I know, but that's how you know it's working. So we're rolling over to the other side. Other side. Wipe off your mats because you're wasting time. Bring your knees close to your chest. And we're just going to, again, open that leg. Keep those feet nice and close together. Adjust yourself as you need be, okay? Do not do the exercise improperly, as, again, you're only training your muscles incorrectly if you do not have the perfect form. We're still exhaling as we open the legs and inhale as they come down. And you just want to take this time to catch your breath and to think about why it's important to continue this workout if you're feeling so winded. Everything is either 30 seconds or 20 repetitions if I forgot to mention it on any of the exercises. Just remember that. Finally, exercise 3, circuit 3. We made it. So you're going to drop those bands to the ankle, find you a steady surface and grab your balance. A slight bend in the leg that you're not working. Turn the foot that you're about to use just a little bit to a diagonal angle, and then you're going to extend your leg back. You want to ensure that you're working the actual leg that's moving and not feeling it more in the leg that's stationary. If you do feel it more in the leg that's stationary, then you need to rotate your hips downward, as we talked about in the fire hydrants and the straight leg lift. Now we're going to switch to the other side, a slight bend in the knee, and we're just extending the leg back with our toes pointed at that 45-degree angle. You should feel it right up under your glutes. You know us trainers are always adding something. So if you're feeling funky, give me 30-second jump squats. Give me a squat and a nice light flight off the ground. Make sure that you're sending those toes down so that you can absorb the landing and you're not landing super hard. You also want to make sure that your knees stay behind your toes. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like from the side. All you're going to do is send those hips back just as before, and then jump up off the ground as much as your capabilities allow. Inhale on the way up, exhale on the way out, giving you force to explode off the ground. I hope you guys enjoyed the workout, and you come back and see me. Make sure that it's like a little bitty button up under here. So it's like subscribe. Go ahead and tap that. Comment below other types of workout, holistic nutrition that you want to know about, other type of wellness information that you want to be aware of, because I want you to help me help you, okay? Take advantage of this while all this is free for the next 30 days or however long. I think it's more than 30 days.
because the universe has big things in store for me, you guys, and I have big things in store for you, okay? So health and harmony, and I'll see you guys on the next workout.